Let me see, is that better? Alright, what's going on, guys? Here today on my 03 GX470. I've been waiting probably about a week. Had ordered some oil, and today I'm going to be changing out the oil, servicing the transfer case. So decided just to stick with OEM spec. Ordered a few of these cans online, made in Japan, OEM Toyota, for the transfer case. So per owner's manual, it states GL5 75 weight 90, which, let's hide that right there, which it is. So I got a couple of these. I'll be basically showcasing you know, how I do it, how I service the oil. It's a quick quart and a half, no big deal. But I'll be walking you guys through the steps on how I do it. Could have gone with Mobil 1 or maybe even a Lucas or an Amsoil, 75 weight, 90 throughout the whole, differentials and transfer case, but I decided to play it safe and go with OEM spec. So that's how I'm doing it. I figured, you know, that's what the engineers, when designing this vehicle, decided is best, you know, for the wear materials and lubrication. So, you know, I'm used to going by spec and tech data, so that's what I'm sticking with. That's how I'm doing it. Not to mention, it was sold out everywhere. I guess there's a big run right now on I guess any type of oils, particularly gear oil. So I was able to find it, believe it or not, on eBay. So it took maybe 5-6 days to come in, no big deal. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna show you exactly how I do it, and you know, how I service the vehicle. So let's check it out. All right, so this is her. Just so you guys understand and get an idea of where exactly the transfer case is. Passenger side, go underneath. Some people use jacks. I think for this application, it's gonna be okay as long as it's nice and level. Okay. So this here is your transfer case. Okay. What we're gonna pay attention to, if I can get in here, it's sort of hard. Here, let me adjust this a little bit. Basically, here, let's swing this around a little bit. Alright. Move the slide over here so you guys can see a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so there's your spline, right, your shaft. Okay, and forward, here's your transfer case. So where we want to concentrate, this is going to be your fill right here, and then down below, this is going to be your case drain. This is where we're going to drain it from. So like other YouTubers, like we all do, we want to make sure we pop this open first, make sure we get the fill plug off. We're able to at least be able to replenish it and service it properly after we drain. Okay, so that's gonna be the next step. So let's get this all prepped up. Both your case drain and your fill are both gonna be a 24mm setup. Nice and straight. There you go, boom. That's off nice. And all we're gonna do is break this lower one. Boom, there it is. And remember, this is only about a quart and a half per owner's manual. Quick, let's get some air in the system. Let's see if this thing is topped off. Let's check it out. Yeah, oh yeah, it's topped off. That color doesn't look too bad. Obviously there's some wear, right? Not too bad. Oil's sitting high though, that's good. It was super high. It's topped off. Okay, we'll put this bolt over here, or this plug, and then let's go in and drain this sucker right now. Yeah. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at all. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and now we wait. Let gravity do its job. I don't have her on jacks. I'm able to get underneath for this, no big deal. So we'll let it drain in the interim. Let's take a look at these plugs. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, this is the case drain. Okay, what we wanna do is just do a good inspection on it. Okay, obviously it's gonna require a new crush washer. Okay, I bought a pack of them online through Amazon. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and compare them. Okay, so this requires for the plug a new crush washer. Okay, super light. It looks like exactly the same from what I received, so no big deal. Gonna remove and replace that. These threads look fine, no big deal. Okay, what you want to do is just make sure you clean it off. Okay, because remember, this is going to be your plug, and you don't want to bring any foreign material into your drain of your transfer case. Okay, and while I'm at it, I'm being very picky here, but it won't be a bad idea to get some of this corrosion off. Okay, just clean this guy up a little bit around the edges. Okay, so it's gonna last that much longer. There you go. It's gonna last that much longer. Sure, you could run down to the dealership and buy a new one, but this thing's perfectly fine. The threads look fine. It's not stripped. Okay, just give it a nice. Actually, you can use some of that oil as a cleaner. Okay, so we're going to wipe that down, and we'll do the same for both plugs. This one looks fine. This is the case drain. We'll do the exact same thing for this guy. Identical washer. Alright, I'm going to show you guys this little package I got. Amazon. Rexca 12 pieces. Okay, it was like 12 bucks, but this is what you get in the kit. You know, some washers, differential, transfer gearbox, right? So I took out the ones that are most similar to what's on the vehicle. Okay, and as you can see, they're exactly the same. It's probably what the mechanic used before. Okay, the Amazon specials are actually a little bit thicker. Okay, same weight, same diameter inner, same diameter inner and outer. You can't even tell. So this is a for sure match. Yeah, they're about the same size thickness. Let me get that. Yeah, they're about the same size thickness. So we're gonna use those. 2 in the set, $12. All right, so this is what I got. Good old Walmart special and Harbor Freight special. Picked this up on Harbor Freight. Okay, it says it works for like a half liter, a liter, and a gallon, half a gallon, something like that. Had to go through a few bottles until I found this for the cap to screw down and fit, and I had to take a little bit off from the tube. So unfortunately, it doesn't really bend that easy, and this is sort of like beveled, right? It goes up, so I might lose some fluid at the end unless I'm able to kick it off to the side. Okay, the hardest part is just screwing this in properly. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, it works, and the tube is right here on the side. So again, I had to cut a little bit off. If you guys cut it, just go up real slow, okay, because you want this as flush as possible to the bottom corner. Okay, the cap's a little tricky, but eventually it will go on. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to dump the liquid into the oil, differential oil into, excuse me, the transfer case oil into here. I might have to do this a couple times, no big deal. It's gonna be easy because I'm gonna be able to pump it into the fill. Super easy, boom, just like that. And this is pretty cool. This has a few slots in here, so I'll be able to stick it into the fill, pump it in, boom, 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 boom. Okay, until it starts, until that level increases and it starts venting overboard from that fill. Okay, the vehicle's still at not on jacks, and it's at a pretty level position. So all right, so here it is. So this bottle, filling it all the way up, or as closely to the top as I could, just under a full quart. So I'm gonna have to use 3 of these. So I figured I'll come back down about halfway, leave some room for when I insert the, you know, this tube, and I'm gonna have to end up filling this up 3 times. Okay, next we're gonna install the case drain, and then I'm gonna have to torque this down to about 29 foot-pounds. I did get this calibrated. Honestly, this is a Harbor Freight special. Okay, I'm not gonna spend, you know, $100 on a $150 on a snap-on. This was like 20-30 bucks, but I did spend the money to get it calibrated at the local TMDE shop, and they requested that it not be used below 15 foot-pounds. So you get what you pay for, but I know pretty much everything that I'm going to use on this vehicle is going to be above that. In this case, it's 29, so you know, I'm okay with that. What I like to do, because I do second guess the torque wrench sometimes. You know, I'll take it to like 20 and then just keep going up. And based on the feel, if something's off, you know, I'll back off. But you know, I've used this to change spark plugs on, you know, a few vehicles of mine, and no problems. So it's pretty accurate, as long as, like I said, you're above 15 foot-pounds. So this is what we're going to use to torque. So it looks like we're pretty much done draining at this time. We'll go ahead and install the case drain with the new crush washer and torque, and then we'll get to filling. Alright, so we got the new crush washer installed. I'm going to clean this up so it doesn't give us a false indication when we do a leak check. Okay, it's always a good rule of thumb. I'm going to clean this up. Be careful not to get any contaminants inside the plug. Okay, everything looks clean around the edge. That looks fine. That looks fine. I'm going to do this by hand. Lock her in. Hand tight. Clean it up because she's my baby. Like I said, I got to torque that. I got to set at 20 right now. That's 20. Okay. So for you guys doing this the first time, you're gonna feel some tension with this style crush washer, and then you're gonna feel it just sort of get soft. Okay, so at 20 foot-pounds, it got soft and it sort of slid. What that was is, with that much pressure, your crush washer is doing its job. Now it's sealing. Okay, so I'm good with that. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and I'm gonna turn her up to 25. That's 25. And then I'm gonna top it off at 29. That's 29. And that sucker's tight. Clean her off here. And here comes the fun part. Alright, here's my little toy. Let's see the best way to do this. Just go and pop her in. Just go and pop her in like that. There she goes. Nice and slow. Because I'm sure this thing could squirt everywhere. You don't want to do it too fast too, where it starts running out of the fill. Oh, this is easy. Man, this makes it easy. I see people online shaking stuff up and crunching bottles and crushing stuff. Look at this, one hand. As long as this is secure, I'm not gonna lodge this thing in. I'm just letting it sit there. Like I said, this calls for 1.5 quarts, which means this is gonna be my designated transfer case bottle for next time, as long as I properly seal it. Okay, go ahead and hit it on the side. Just get a little bit low. We'll go ahead and refill it until she starts venting or spilling overboard. Alright, we ran ahead and refilled her. Refilled the bottle. Let's keep pumping. Okay, I want this to be pretty level, so I'm going to start slowing it up. Another trick that I just learned from the first go, keep pumping until there's no more fluid in the tube. Okay, so once you have to disconnect and add, you don't have any fluid draining. Alright, she still hasn't vented overboard, so we're going to press on. Keep it moving into our last refill, so to speak. So here soon, she's going to start draining overboard. She's starting to drip a little. Yeah, there she goes. Let's let her settle. Let's let her settle for a little bit. I want to make sure. That's about right. And every time you wipe this down, you make sure that you're not putting any contaminants back into your system. Okay, so she's filled up. She's starting to spill overboard. We'll let her level off for a few minutes, come back, and you know, install that fuel plug to the same torque value of 29 foot-pounds. Actually, I prefer to be just still oozing out a little bit while I install this by hand, just so I ensure it's at the optimal level. You know what I mean? There you go, hand tight. Wipe off residual. Get this guy out of here. I think my next purchase is going to be a more accurate torque wrench, because it's not really good feeling knowing that you got to stay above a certain amount. You know what I mean? On a vehicle like this. So let's start with 20. There's 20. There she is. That's it. That is it. Now, since this is my vehicle, I could do this. I'm gonna spray some simple green on here. Actually, let's do it on a rag. I want to clean up that oil, so I know for sure it's not giving me any false indication. Okay, that little extra step may just save you. Okay, that little extra step. Okay, may just save you. So what we'll do is, everything's torqued, everything's looking good. I'll go ahead and start her up, let her warm up, and I'll take her for a little spin around the block. I'll bring her back in here, and I'll do basically a leak and operational checkout. Okay, make sure that these aren't leaking and everything's running fine. Okay, so that's what I'm used to doing, and so that's what we'll do. Do everything the right way, and you know what I'm saying, these vehicles will last. I don't like these rags. I'm never gonna buy this pack again, because you got red crap everywhere. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, you know, go ahead and drop them down below. We'll go from there. Take care, have fun, enjoy it. If you take care of your vehicles, they'll take care of you. All right, so everything looks good to go. I took her for a spin around the corner, jumped underneath, and no leaks. So I'm confident in saying everything's good to go. So the biggest takeaway there is that torque value. Make sure you get a new set of washers. I know sometimes in the past I've done it. We reuse, but it may prevent, you know, a slight leak, which ultimately is going to cost you the money of having to take that plug off and replenishing with a new set, right? Unless you could pop that bolt off, that plug off real quick, throw a new washer. But I wanted to give you guys a heads up. This thing worked great. This is a Harbor Freight special, and this is what it is: gear, oil, and fluid pump. So this is what the package looks like. That thing saved me. It has a cool, let me grab it real quick. So what I'm gonna do is, it has a cool little top here to store it, okay, for afterwards. I'm gonna put a plastic bag or a Ziploc over it to seal it, make sure it's not contaminated, because you gotta have a good, if the math is correct, a good half a quart left for the next go. But I'm gonna I actually have another one, and I'm gonna be using this same style for the front and rear differentials once that oil gets here. So highly recommend this. It's easy. It made the job clean. No complaints. No complaints. Make sure you have rags. It does spill a little bit, but I recommend this. All right, that's pretty much it, guys, for changing out the oil in the transfer case. 03 Lexus GX470. If you guys have any questions, just drop them down below. Once again, I'm learning with you all in this journey, in this fun journey. We'll be hitting south end of San Diego this weekend, Ocotillo Wells. As of now, my brother-in-law with his 4Runner, we're gonna hit it hard. Maybe my other brother-in-law with his Tacoma. So at least I know her fluids have been changed and she's good to go for the transfer case. So in any event, please drop a comment down below, subscribe if you like the channel, and stay tuned for more videos as far as maintenance requirements on a GX470. All right, guys, have fun. We'll see you next time.